Well, if your parents are small children, then chances are you've probably experienced some challenges while trying to go to Mass as a family. One mom in Michigan knows all too well about those difficulties, so she decided to do something about it. Theresa Pobee-Mensah, co-creator of My Catholic Kids, joins us now from Skype from Erie, Michigan. Theresa, thanks so much for speaking with us today.
Yes, thank you so much.
Well, you created the children's Missalette with your husband, Charles. What led you to come up with that idea?
So, God blessed us with three beautiful but very rambunctious boys. And so, wherever we go to Mass, everyone knows we're there. And the thing that I noticed is while they had, an over exuberance, the parts of the Mass that they knew, you could hear them. During the Our Father, they were the loudest participants. And so we thought, what if we could channel that enthusiasm and teach them all the different parts of Mass so that they could bring that joy to the entire experience?
What a great idea. So what age is the Missalette geared towards, and how does it keep the kids interested?
Okay, so the Missalette starts at like age 5, and it's something simple that they can carry along with them. And the idea is it's actually like an advent calendar that they can kind of open little windows as they go through the Mass, and it breaks down each of the different parts of Mass. And so there's 10 little windows that as they go through the Mass and they see the opening sign of the cross or the first reading, they get to open it, and then it reveals a picture at the end that has a story on it. And so it keeps them eyes focused on the altar, on the priest, and it keeps them following along with Mass.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So how has this changed your experience at Mass for your family?
So last week at Mass, our 2-year-old, who's 2, was participating at the Prayer of the Faithful. And he was with his little voice, "Lord, hear our prayer." And my heart just melted because with the Missalette, there is a video that they watch beforehand called Diving into Mass Muscles to build up their spiritual muscles. And so as we were watching the video on the way to Mass, one of the things was encouraging the kids that at the Prayer of the Faithful, we want to hear your voices saying, "Lord, hear our prayer." And so it's like we had just listened to that as a family. We had the Missalette. So then him at 2 years old was watching, listening to his brothers, and he was participating too. And so, I mean, the whole Mass was not perfect, but little by little, it's like we're teaching them the parts of the Mass. They're falling in love with it, and they're participating.
That's great. Have you heard from other families who have the Missalette and how it's helped them?
That part has been the most overwhelming. One of the stories that had me openly weeping was a father who's Catholic. They have several children. His wife is not Catholic, and so Mass has kind of been a struggle of Protestant church can be a lot more fun. And so for the kids, when they had to go to Catholic Mass, it was not what they wanted. But in having the children's Missalette and having the videos, he said it not only helped his wife to understand it so that she could help the kids to follow along, but the kids were actually excited to go to Mass now. And that's the biggest thing that we hear from parents is that their kids complain, they didn't want to go. And now it's something that they look forward to. They ask, when are we going to Mass again so we can get a new Missalette? And so helping kids that they're excited that they're asking to go to Mass, that's life-changing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Theresa Pobee-Mensah, co-creator of My Catholic Kids. Thanks for joining us.